Ну это да. Ну что?
Ща еще нет. Во, все.
Can we trade?
Look around. Tell me what you need.
Вот смотри, топорик, требования сила 33, у меня всего 20 пока сила. Просто трындец. Тут вот косить. Разводной ключ 40, слышь, ради одного урона.
Стойкость еще.
Да. Нет, смысла нету. Броня +1, серьезно. А это понятно. Грустно. Из-за давления нас проседает. Но его пытается держать.
Hey, incomer. You're new here, right? Is it that obvious? Oh, I only arrived here recently myself. There are just too many raiding parties out there now. If you don't belong to a faction, well, you're just counting the days until you're dead. I was pretty badly injured when I was brought here. They took me in and patched me up. But I wish I had more than
Но здесь есть плюс, в диалогах нет тормозов.
This doesn't exactly make me feel safe.
Не знаю, у меня нет тормозов.
Where are you from? A farm on the border with Abessa. I came here when the Alps raided the farm. The berserkers found me and brought me here. But protection came at a price. My safety for a law that is more limiting than freeing. They reject all technology. Can you imagine that? Is there anything else you don't like about berserkers? Don't get me wrong, the people here can be fair, they help those around them, and there's the wonder that is berserker magic. And if you follow their laws, you will find acceptance here, all of which is 1,000 times better than you can expect from the outlaws. The people of Tavar might as well be mutants, the way they turn on everyone and everything. What I don't understand is the hatred for clerics here. The wars of the past are long gone. The enmity should be buried. Certainly the clerics believe differently about technology, but that's no reason to hate them. Is it? It sounds like you've learned a lot about the clerics. What about you? Are you going to pledge allegiance to the berserkers? Run off to the outlaw way of life? Or follow an interest in technology to the clerics? I don't need anyone. An outlaw in the making if I ever heard. But I'd think again. At some point, you need to choose a side. So, is there anywhere to trade here? That depends what you want to buy. Traders need to be authorized, and what they can sell is restricted. You'll need to look elsewhere if you want energy weapons, or anything more advanced than a hand-sharpened stick. And whatever you want to buy, you'll need to find the shards to pay. Say, you look like you could do with something to eat. Take this as a gift.
О, мне жареное мясо дали.
You don't think technology should be forbidden? Look at the people here. They want to change the world. They're doing it one handful of soil at a time. Sore backs, blistered hands, slow progress. Goliad is civilized, but it's not exactly civilization, is it? Those are my thoughts, and there are some here that share them. But there are others who would exile you from the town just for saying that technology can make a difference.
Вот и поболтали. Ладно, надо выходить из города и искать там дело по квесту.
Бля, он так на спринте бегает, как будто мешок
Wait,
говно.
one moment.
What now?
Seeing as you're looking to settle down here, you'll be needing to make friends, won't you? So, friend, why don't you head down to the tavern and bring me something back?
You're going to get drunk on guard duty?
It'll take more beer than you can carry to go to my head. Come on, I'm stuck here. Least you can do is get me a pint.
What do you want from the tavern?
Beer, water, hops, barley. That touch of genius.
Хотя
Nectar of the gods. Oh, now I really need a drink. All technology must be consigned to the past. Take it to the pit.
Молчал бы про технологию, это моя карта, отстань. Ничего и ранит. А бегает, как ты говорил? Как в штаны?
Как мешок с говном.
Ну, говори.
What are you doing here?
What have we here? Welcome to the Berserkers. You want to make it all the way to the top? You must observe our sacred traditions. Most sacred of all, never have an empty glass. Tell me, what brings you here?
Ой, мне нравится их
Is this your
священная
tavern?
традиция.
It is indeed.
Ну это да.
Home from home, resting place for the hardworking man. We offer shelter to all loyal berserkers. You want something to drink? Give me a drink. What'll it be?
This is private property.
Tell me,
Смогу.
have you heard anything about the Alps recently? Well, it's said that they were very active a few days ago. One of them Alps, Elex, they say, seemed to be very interested in the old observatory in the mountains up there to the west. Elex? Do you know where he is now? He and his troops went north. Pity. He made it out just before the force sent after him got there. Must have had a fright. There've been no more Alps seen since then. Do you know where in the north he is gone? I don't really get any news from past the first border region up there in the highlands of Abessa. There's not many berserkers prepared to venture far into the Icelands. Hardly anyone who's seen the Ice Palace has returned alive. Do you know anyone who made it all the way down to the Ice Palace? Not that is still alive. There were a few warriors, but we lost them in the last attack. Why do you use such old weapons? What? You think you can't kill someone with a sword? You don't need Elex weapons to survive. You ask the Alps. Their technology against our magic, and they're the ones in the ground. Maybe the Berserkers just got lucky. Ha! Are you one of those people that looks at a shiny gun and thinks it's progress? Elex rots whatever it touches. Look at the Alps. They might as well be mutants. They're unnatural. What's so good about nature? Have a beer and you can taste it. Nature is magic, real magic. Took the comet for people to realize that. So that's what we do here. We work with nature.
Тяжелая
Nature gives us
снайперская
mana,
винтовка с
mana gives us
разрывными
magic.
патронами.
Да, ну тут видишь. Вот.
Все братство стали, это я к тому,
Udan is
что
different to the other places
не
I've
в
been.
технологии.
Well, there you have me beaten. I've
Братство
never left
стали своим
Udan, but from
плазменным
what I've been
оружием
told, the
сосало.
comet scorched the ground and what
Не, ну
didn't
если
die
только
was
магия
poisoned by
защитит.
Elex. It's only
Но
here
опять же,
that the
для
world
магии
is
они
growing
используют
again.
Elex, который превращает в ман. Вот и все.
And now we have the
Видишь,
world hearts. The other lands should be welcoming us.
Я
They
сблажь
should be begging us to come and heal the world instead of attacking us. Who are the Berserkers? We're the only real free people there are. I know, we have our laws. But better that than a knife at your throat like the outlaws. Or an Elex edition like those owls. We're working together to make this
Есть
world
аниме,
better.
кстати, про
You work hard
Берсерк.
here, you're rewarded.
Да,
There's no others will be so fair to you.
Прокинь. Так что к ним не приступаем.
Да не, я буду очень свободен. Все одно. Ну, одно
Кружку
пиво
взять.
хватит.
А тут можно всех перебить круто?
Ну, сейчас у меня не хватит просто.
Нет,
А так?
просто вообще.
Ну так я не знаю, есть ли тут неписи, которые защищены от смерти, вот не знаю.
Было бы
Скажу.
классно.
Вот вампир, типа да, можно хоть всех перебить.
I brought your beer.
That's what
О!
I
О, зато опыт дали.
And so here's where you give me my reward.
Your reward was getting in through that gate. Be grateful.
А, рожа, блин.
Letting
Ну ладно,
people in
хоть
is your
опыт дали.
job.
So is keeping people out. I give the word and you'll never get in here.
На уровень навыка недостаточно. Вот это вот нельзя. Да, лучше ты мне заплатишь. Вот да. Провоцирует драку.
Ты думаешь, пизды ему дашь?
I don't want trouble.
У меня все равно брони нет.
I thought you'd
У меня
be
только штаны.
sense. And seeing as you played
А,
by
еще
the
это амулет.
rules,
Плюс
I'll
4
put in a
брони.
word for you with the boss man himself, Ragnar, warlord of the Hooded Crows. You need pledges if you want promotion, and we need reliable people in our clan. Of course, giving you my word would be a pretty big favor. So if I did that, I'd probably need a favor in return. Say, in the
Вообще
form of
наглый.
shards.
200 осколков за слово.
I'm not paying for your word.
You're not paying for a word. You're paying for a chance. Always better to be part of a team. Then we can watch each other's backs. After all, it's my job as a guard to keep people safe.
Ну, это эмоции. Типа, если все время понижать, то потом будешь улыбаться против него. Ну ладно, зато мне дали опыт. Надо скилл скачать до конца, то задолбало. Хоть чем смогу пользоваться.
Stop using that here. This is no place for technology.
Этого не хватило.
Хоть используй иди, бля, ну ёп, просто ты вот задолбали. Ладно.
Странное ограничение какое-то.
Ладно, ну куда надо-то? Ох, как далеко туда не пилить, ё-моё. Пусть там ближайший вниз. Да, получается вниз. Север, получается, у нас сверху указан. А, я вот здесь. Нет, это я не здесь. Получается, вверх вышел. А мне в пути еще портал ведь попадался, я его активировал. Куда он делся? А вот один портал. А, вот он второй. Понятно. Опыт хоть мало дает.
Ну охуенно по воде бегать.
Да, здесь, как я понял, везде мелко, здесь нет нигде.
Ну даже в половину бегает как по земле. Свободно.
Ну нам же пофигу, мы же бывшие эти альбы. О. Ты зачем?
Ah, shit. Back the fuck off, alright? You don't need trouble. Just walk away and pretend you didn't find me, okay?
Find you? I wasn't looking for you. What are you doing here?
I'm on vacation. Look at the view. Stick around. The dancing girls are on at 8.
Why are you hanging around outside Goliad?
What? I can't stand here? You gonna hassle someone for just standing here? What are you, a fucking owl? So what do you want?
What are you doing here?
I'm waiting on your mom. What do you think I'm doing? I'm trying to find some shit that's worth selling. You even know how much tech they have stashed in that pit?
Да, но мне как раз
Actually throw all that
задание
shit
надо было.
away.
Его
Well, I
прогнать
know
типа.
that. It's not like I can hang about up there in Goliath to try and get it. Those tree shaggers get funny about outlaws. Sometimes they bar you from the town for no reason.
How is life as an outlaw?
Total, unmitigated, and relentless fucking joy. I mean, look at me. Who wouldn't want to be stuck out here waiting to get eaten by raptors?
You're not happy being an outlaw?
You know, at least it was my own stupid, shitty decision to be out here. Those poor dumb pricks up there, they come out here to get eaten by raptors because some other dumb prick tells them to. If there's one thing I've learned, if you're gonna end up in this shit, it's better to make that shit yourself, rather than roll around in someone else's.
So you're just waiting down here, hoping someone brings it to you?
No, I got an arrangement with Ornir. He finds the best shit in the pit. He gives me that, I give him some shards. No one shoots anyone, we're all happy. We're all happy. That asshole has left me out here with nothing for the last week. And I know he's there. I've seen the little shit creeping around, peering out of the gate.
You're barred from Goliath?
Not barred as such, more like forbidden entry on pain of death. I just took some shit, that's all. It's not like they were even using it. Like I said, they throw all sorts of valuable shit into that pit of theirs. So I'm here to collect it and put it to use.
Why should I help you?
I'll give you the shards I was gonna give to Ornir. He deserves to bleed a bit after all this waiting.
I'll speak to Ornir for you.
Of course, don't tell him we have a deal when you meet him. He might lose his motivation for coming out here. And then the two of us would lose out.
Ну.
А, я вспомнил, в мафии такая хуйня была.
Сел. Так, один хуй сдох. Да потому что, блин, оружие я не могу использовать. У меня оно есть, но я не могу использовать. Обидно.
А вот он может.
Ну да, вот такой вот бред. Типа мы крутые были, альбом там, это командир, все дела. И так вот нас подбили. У нас Elex перестал, ну, короче, кончился, типа в организме все сразу лох.
Ох, чё.
Все самолет там пролетел.
Даже Генри взял в руки меч.
Ну, а у нас все топор. Все ржавый. Все почему? Потому что есть топорик на плюс 8, я не могу его использовать. Потому что не хватает, надо качаться.
Странный.
Странный баланс он начал, то есть тяжелый. А всего лишь я играю на нормальной сложности. Что там происходит на остальных сложностях, я не знаю.
Неправильный олдскул. Даже в Fallout можно юзать оружие, если не достает сила, просто, блять, так косить с него будешь.
Но я вот... Ну я могу, конечно... О, видишь, отсутствует талант, я.
Ну нет, там вот тяжелая снайперка требует 8 сил. Ты там вначале можешь быть 3. Ты будешь стрелять, вот так косить будешь.
Иди нахрен, курица гребаная. И тут вот убивать, как будто этих мобов, они зараза тяжелые, но опыт тут с них так выхлоп вообще маленький. Кто? Достать оружие и на кого? Я никого не вижу. Да блин. Вот это вот вечное.
Жалко, на тени войны отдельно, DLC не продаются.
Ну, что поделать.
Новых хортов и прочие херни. Это, блин, вот Мордор сразу готи продает. Машинка, которая не будет.
Ой, иди нахрен, наряд тут не надо. Хрена тут яйцеров. Все на меня да пошли к черту, я только не выдержу.
Who are you? What are you doing here? No one's allowed around the world, Hart.
You seem nervous.
Yeah. Normally the only people to come out here are Albs, or outlaws. Which are you?
Are you responsible for the world's heart here?
That's what you care about? The world heart? What about the men sent with it? If we wither, it does too. Goliath should care as much about us as they care about that plant. But yes, what are we next to a world heart? Ants in history. Here we are standing by the future of Magellan, the very thing given to us in Magellan's hour of need. Maybe that's what Bourne meant. He told me being a cultivator was about learning who you are. Out here, isolated with this thing to care about, I've certainly gained perspective.
What is a cultivator?
Well, we're farmers, in the main. We grow the crops for Goliath, and we tend to the seedlings and the world hearts. The warriors act like they're the big guys, but really, they're here to protect us. Warriors might get the glory, but it's us cultivators who are changing the world.
А чё, мне придется дополнение покупать?
Нахер.
Сюжетные. Они же у меня вроде открыты.
How long have you been doing this?
Oh, I didn't
А
want
тут
to do
Story
it.
Expression
This
по
was a sentence.
1800.
I got sent here as punishment 5
Мы будем
years
нажать
ago.
попробовать начать.
Punished. And you say you enjoy doing this?
Yeah, masochist, aren't I? Beer, women, and fights were all that used to matter. Now, I get a kick from seeing just a few seedlings a season make it all the way to mature. I can take pride from that.
How safe is the world's heart here?
You mean with the Albs scouting out Goliath? They don't seem to register it. The World Heart mustn't be their mission, or they don't know about it. They'd kill me fast enough, though. That is, if the animals didn't get me first, or I don't eat the wrong thing and get poisoned. Still, all in a day's work.
So, you're happy out here?
Happy? I don't know. I'm not dead. But if you're offering to help, there is one thing. I've not had any supplies from Goliath. Can you get them to send someone with my food supplies?
What do you mean the Albs don't register the world heart?
They don't come here. They bypass it, keeping their distance. You'd think they'd come straight for it, huh? It's eating Elex, and they sort of want all the Elex, don't they? Maybe they don't like the mana. The mutants here love it, but when they eat it, it makes them sick. Maybe the Albs can sense that, and they want to stay healthy.
Where do you get your supplies from?
Directly from Goliath, normally. Sometimes, we'll get something from passing hunters. But you can't rely on that.
Why have the deliveries come to a halt?
The Alb attacks. The warlords have put all the warriors on defense and cut down on the supply runs. We're supposed to be self-sufficient out here. But with more Alb attacks and more creatures, we don't have time to grow, forage, or hunt anymore.
Сейчас покурю.
Why plant the world hard out here where it's in danger?
You don't understand much about our ways, do you?
So tell me.
We're changing the world with them. Wherever you plant a world heart, it extracts the Elex from the ground, pulls the poison out of the soil. It makes the soil come back to life. Lets Magellan's nature return to it. So whenever we plant a world heart, life follows. The more we plant, the more of Magellan is restored. We have to plant them in places like this because it's where they make a difference. This, all this around us, is because of the world heart.
So where do the world hearts come from?
I don't know. They found the first ones, the first berserkers. They realized what it could do, that it fed on Elex rather than dying from it, so they started cultivating it.
I will ask about your food supplies.
Thank you. Cinda is probably the best person to ask. She's fierce. I mean, ball-shriveling fierce. But gets things done. I'm not asking for anything special. Just the usual supply run. Or just, well, anything, to be honest. We're hungry out here.
Won't they send you supplies?
At some point, when they remember. Trust me, you going and asking will be faster than us waiting for them to remember. Our stomachs have better memories than they have. Listen, Goliath aside, there's a plant, the cultivator's loaf. If we could collect some of that, it would help us. It grows everywhere, but we've just not had time to collect them. 4 dozen.
40 грибов хоть, ничего себе, да?
Yes, hopefully that would last us until we get another supply run. Say, let's round it up. Can you bring me 50? It would save you a trip to Goliath.
I have brought supplies.
You have? Oh, I'm salivating already.
Tell me, what do you know about Ascor's murder?
Nothing really. I don't hear much from Goliath out here.
How well do you know Ascor?
Not at all. I mean, I knew of him. People talked about him. But I don't think I ever said more than hello to him, and he ignored me. He didn't really have time for cultivators. But, you know, people can be like that. Some value our work, others think they're superior somehow.
Do you know where they found Ascor's body?
I'm guessing somewhere in the forest, or why ask me, right?
Did you hear anything else about Ascor?
Well, I'm wondering why you're not asking me about the seedling that disappeared the same night Ascor was murdered. No one seems to be asking about it. And from what I heard, it wasn't just a seedling, it was one close to maturity. I heard it was being sent to a cultivator in the hope it could go on to Tavar or somewhere as a new world heart. But it never arrived.
So, you were here when he was killed?
Probably. I haven't been anywhere else in months. I only go back for supplies or to transport seedlings. When was Ascor killed?
3 months ago, around Mana's Eve.
Oh, then I was back in Goliath sometime around then. I've lost track, to be honest, but whenever it was, I didn't see anything.
Do you carry a sword?
Of course.
Я?
It's dangerous out here.
You work here on your own?
Ты что с ним
Most of the
болтаешь?
time.
Ну,
That's part of the
допрашиваю.
punishment. It didn't used to be as lonely. They'd send patrols out to check on us. But since the Albs started attacking, we've been left on our own out here. Yeah, I guess we're not a priority.
I don't think you killed Ascor.
Me? Of course I didn't.
You really don't think you have a motive?
You mean the seedling he had? I'm a cultivator. I look after a world heart. I want to know what happened to the seedling he had. Why aren't you investigating where it went?
You're out here with a sword and no witnesses.
If I tried to attack a warrior with a sword, chances are you'd be planting me in the ground.
Муторная игра. Что ж я ее не взял? Максимка все спит. Пачка денег. Это они с Fallout спиздили довоенные деньги? Полезная птичка. Активированный уголь, даже если срок годности кончится, можно не будет.
I'll get you.
О, бандосы. На. Супер быстрый файт. ты микрофон-то выключил?
Да забыл включить. Просто полисекли.
Сложность неоправданная.
Ну, типа потом будет вообще легко.
Это очень тупо. Было.
Ну, где-то там. Ни хрена себе ты жирный. Блин, че, вот как, мне просто бегать, блядь, не всегда? Я вообще не понимаю.
Бам. Конец.
Ну реально это вымораживает. Качать, да, тебе дают 10 очков характеристики. Но смысл, если там качать надо по 50, по 60.
Красивый геймдизайнер.
Мне кажется, у Гати такого не было.
А что тут только чекпоинты?
Нет, можно так сохраняться, я просто забываю. Да, дойду до туда.
Ну так прыгать смешно. Боевка какая-то со стороны.
Атакуйте его. Понятно, того значит хрен завалит. Сейчас прилетел мимо. Опять храним.
Когти смерти здоровый напоминает. Тоже поначалу полезешь. Ну а завалить можно.
Ну да, гембурно, но можно. Изящный столовый нож. Изящная столовая тарелка. Вилка. Очень старая записка. Топливо. А, блок сигарет. Все возьмем, весь хлам. Да блин.
Блин, ну пачка денег, конечно. Копипаст.
Знаешь, как мне очень так отдаленно напоминает PUBG. Я не знаю почему.
так же все криво и ебично. Ну, хотя да, предметы также подбирают.
Инвойс, ну-ка, что там по документам-то? Нет. Нет. Да, вот.
Туалетная бумага зато есть.
За чтение тебе опыт дают. Нормально. Там вражина где-то. На этом вот тоже рядом. Кого надо найти? Кто-то в доме получается. А кто хрен знает, обойдем. Сначала в доме сохраним теперь. Ну, сундук заперт.
Ой, это же The Elder Scrolls, Oblivion. Только, бля, я не понимаю, как ты взламываешь, что ты делаешь.
О, я только сейчас допер. Короче, нужно определенную комбинацию найти. То есть первую, потом если вправо оно сбросилось не так, значит надо было влево идти.
Ой, ну и бред.
Какое-то кольцо жизни я нашел. Нахуй. Плюс 10 дары, ну ладно.
Штаны работяги.
Испачканный список почитаем. Опыт 10.
Блин, когда там Fallout 4 не Вегас делают?
Фигур знает, это модовилы делают.
Так хочу, так хочу.
Nothing to do.
What? Who are you? What do you want? Who goes there?
Are you a guard?
Фига он самурай.
Who are you?
Давай.
You're lucky I'm not an enemy.
Well, you know it's not like the elves are going to attack these trees, is it? If there's one thing the elves know we got a lot of, it's trees. And it's not like these trees do much. I mean, they're not going to run away while I'm asleep, are they? Did Master Thorold send you? Is there something important? Because if not, just go, okay?
What makes you think Thorold the Pilgrim sent me?
When he was still the big boss up there in Goliath, he used to reprimand me quite often. I wondered if he was still keeping an eye on me. Still, whatever. I've heard he's retreated into study. Let him play with his magic. I hope it does save us. And while he's away, I have my peace and quiet out here.
What do you know about Thorald's retreat?
Not much. It's said that he is working on a plan to stop the Alps. It's something huge that would change the war in all of Magellan. You think it? It happens. The Alps are screwed. Just like that. No idea what it is, though. But nobody is really allowed to talk about it. Well, then nobody even really understands what he's doing anyway.
Where is Pilgrim Thorald?
Well, that is confidential. Meaning, if anyone actually knows, no one is actually safe. Maybe he will figure out how to rob the elves of their magical strength at least. And then good, honest warriors could go back to sleeping in nice, comfortable beds.
Now there's a future that Magellan should be fighting for. I need to ask you about Ascor's murder.
I can't tell you anything about that. Not anything that's not being said already. He should have kept his head down like me. Ambition only gets you dead. You should have picked this spot and stayed there. Why are you interested in that? Really?
Did you know Ascor well?
Since we were old enough to crawl, our parents were friends. We grew up like brothers.
Have you been trained to use that sword?
All berserkers are. You think I could survive out here if I couldn't use it?
You look quite strong for somebody who's just standing around all day.
Maybe. And?
Tell me what you do know about the murder.
Me? I only know what people are saying. That they thought Ascor had run away, but he hadn't. He'd been murdered somewhere out in the forest. I was out here at the time, on guard duty.
Did anyone see you? Is there anyone who can give you an alibi?
Hilda. She was with me all night. Her and Alba, and Dagny, and Erica, Freya, Garrett, Heggie, Magda. They're the trees over there. They're my girls. Very lonely out here. So no, I have no alibi.
Ascor's body was found near here. Did you see it?
No. I know where he was found. But no, I didn't. And I'm glad I didn't see him. I wouldn't want to remember him like that. My duties keep me here most of the time. So I stay looking after my girls, the trees, making sure they stay safe.
Where do you go when you do get away?
Nearby. Not Goliad, if that's what you mean. I tend to stay out here these days.
Where nearby?
The lift into the Valley of the Damned. That's a good place to relax. There's quite the view of the valley there. It's a good place to let your worries just drift away. I hope you find who did it.
Maybe you did it. You knew him. You don't have an alibi.
Well, why would I kill him? He was my friend.
Why should I believe you?
Because it sounds like you're doing something about this, like you want to find out who did it. You should start with people who had a problem with him, not his friends.
Your friend Ascor, what kind of man was he?
Well, he wasn't a simple guy. He was my friend. Our parents were friends. We basically grew up as brothers. But he was sort of ambitious, and that sometimes... Yes. Listen, it doesn't matter. Just forget what I said.
Ambition could give a motive, if he got in someone's way.
Well, don't look at me. I'm happy where I am. I don't give a troll's ass for promotion.
Сразу так обосрался. Так. Дальше мне куда ближе? Справа. Справа, да, то есть туда. Но там смешной, мобов можно натравить на нечисти, и они их убьют довольно быстро. И опыт все равно дает. Никуда. Хотя это крыша. Крыша легко довольно заводить. Оп, вывалил. Мясо. Знакомая по виду машина. Только марки нет, просто. Ну реально тебе знакомый, да, поэтому?
Либо Ford Focus, либо Hyundai.
О, тут уже идти с кодом. Угадывайте чувство вообще. Так, у меня бумажек никаких нету там. А вот, здравейте. 14.03. Ну-ка, а если здесь нести? Да, угадал. Деньги, игрушечный автомобиль. Ля-ля-ля-ля-ля-ля. Вояги какой-то.
Когда-нибудь Bethesda придет к Obsidian и скажет: делайте пиздатый сволочь.
Ты сейчас поржешь. Насчет приглашения. Отсылочка.
Симпсоны.
Отсылочка, отсылочка.
Отсылочка.
Вина тут, блин, валяется. Вообще трындец какой-то. Я его вроде Гомер пил любил, вина до хрена.
Может, это к Марч отсылка, когда она спивалась вино.
Да?
Ну, серия была, они что-то там переехали.
Но дом, кстати, на их не похож.
А там они в другой переезжали. В
Ну
богатый.
вот. Ну вот, может быть, он и есть как раз, кто знает. Я-то не смотрел.
Ну, это надо, блядь, знать серию. Слишком сложная отсылка.
Не, про Сэмпсона это здесь легко догадаться. А вот насчет вина, да. Зеленый стал. Ядовитый что-то, не понял.
Яд. Типа радиация места.
Хрен его знает, там чувак стоит. В броне я даже лист собираюсь. Хрень.
Был такой город в Нью-Вегасе. Здесь радиация.
Не, а так-то не видно, что там яд или что-то такое. Вот в чем прикол. Охренеть. Причем там чувак стоит, он вообще пофиг.
Может, андроид?
Блин, придется эту хрень обходить. Только станет. О, кстати, здесь врагов нету, это удобно. Глянуть быстрее. Порванный дневник, деловое письмо. Фляер. Да, спать можно. Ну что ты там за музыку близко?
Строй проверяем. Бля, я просто обычно, если струны нет, если ты меняешь, то надо менять всем, не дико так лень. Я первый раз вообще на Elex менял сейчас.
Понятно.
Я просто не люблю это дело, я на старый менял, блядь, струну, она так поебала, отлетела, лопнула.
Обидно.
Перетянул.
Понятно, ломать, значит, больше всего растет около реки. Если уж собирать.
Где бы взять усилок? Где бы взять усилок?
А у тебя усилка нету?
У меня был, не мой был.
А.
Давали.
Понял, не дурак. Максим, сейчас, если вы услышал, что я стримлю, наверное, вообще лучше было бы сразу посмотреть. Да маленький. Сдохни. Тварь гребаная. Горит. Ну, кто кого завалит, вопрос? Понятно.
Бам.
Все, убил. Да у него там какой-то вообще магический. Он вражок. Нет, не враг. Ну, посмотрим. Враг. Враг. Хрена у него здоровье.
Очень топорик зеленый.
Да, ты видел, я вообще ему урон не нанес.
Зато он все как контратаковал причем.
Сидеть, блин, что за разбойники такие, блин. Мне больше всего прикал. Хочешь броню, оружие, давай помогаем нам. А чтобы помочь, надо бегать к тому же лесу. Видите, уроды, охренительная логика. Опять это курица, да?
В конфе сидят одни стримеры. Ужас.
Нет, Макс не сидит.
До поры до времени. Сегодня еще монстр придет.
Кто?
Есть.
Хоп. Пока никто не видит, пока никто не знает.
Хоть бухло пиздить.
Жалко.
Да. Оно что-нибудь дает?
Сейчас почитаем. Вот самогон, здоровье повышает.
И все?
Не, ну вернее регенерирует. Вино, тоже здоровье.
Чё-то как-то странно. Я думал, будет типа минус характеристики делать.
Мы не эмоциональны, нам пофигу. Блин, домишка такое, это как будто обжитой, никого нет.
Просто домище, вон забаненный.
Я говорю, никого тут нету. Что там есть, а? Что тут энергетический есть, а? Блин, это надо шпила использовать, вообще ничего не видно.
Лучше очки. Не, лучше зрение Ридика.
Ну, тут нет такого. О! Здесь тоже яд.
Скажи, фаер обычный.
Магниевый факел. Ну-ка. Ну пока не травит.
Странно сделано. Там газ не видно, потом хуя.
О, здесь это уже хрена себе. И там газ, так, если очень вглядываться в такие ветки, облачка зелененькие плывут, которых хрен увидишь. Ну это видно, какой-то противогаз надо искать, видимо, чтоб туда залезть.
Прям The Last of Us какой-то.
Заперто один из двух, ни хрена себе. И что это такое? А, я не могу открыть. У меня типа первый уровень взлома, а нужен второй уровень взлома.
Ну что, отмычки, я думаю.
Или, да, там 2 отмычки надо. Ладно, сохраним, пойдем дальше. Пошел ты нахрен, я не хочу сказать. Цензурный. Да ни хрена себе ты жирный. Еще и 2.
А вон они над ним с черепушкой здоровья.
Ну да, это черепушка, значит, тебе трындец. Они еще и плывут, плюются, ни хрена себе. Ну наглость.
Спрайтовый строй.
Блок смотал. Костер на мясо пожарить. Пожарить заодно.
Hey, you, what are you doing? You're scaring away everything within a day's walk. You crash around like that, you'll scare off anything you can eat and attract everything that wants to make a meal of you.
I don't know these forests.
That's as plain as a horny troll in your sleeping sack. You'd better learn quick if you want to stay alive. You're scaring away the prey that is my livelihood. It's hard enough bringing in the food I have to, without some big-footed oaf crashing through the forest. Still, seeing as you aren't a natural hunter, maybe you'd like to buy some goods from me.
You're a hunter?
Yeah, I found my place. This is where I belong, with nature and for nature. I want nothing to do with Goliath.
Why not?
Too much talking, too much bullshit. Out here, peace. But you look like a talker. Is that why you're here? To talk?
What are you hunting?
Whatever I find. You can't be too picky if you want to hit Goliath's quota and feed yourself. You won't catch anyone in Goliath roasting a rot boar. They're missing good meat.
Do you want to stay a hunter?
Nothing wrong with hunting. Let other people kiss ass and climb ladders. I want to stay out here. It's bad enough they send me these half-baked apprentices.
Хули ты тут делаешь?
You don't like apprentices?
Apprentices want to be hunters. I get people who don't want to be anything else, so get sent here.
You don't think they deserve a chance?
Sending them here just gives them a chance to get killed. Live day to day, having to hit your quota of meat to send home, while you train people who don't want to be here. I went hunting with Leonard a few days ago.
Кстати, Лёха, знаешь, Мойка говорил, какой приколился про Kingdom Come. Короче, что-то моды ставили, что-то вроде, что траву вообще нахуй убрали. Не помню зачем. Вот, с ним вообще голая земля была. И, короче, когда ты случайную встречу находишь, например, кто-то кого-то убил, он говорит, в 5 метрах отхожу и, блядь, смотрю, на полу валяется там кинжал или меч, что-то такое. Он говорит, такой, блядь, сразу подумал, что это, типа, вот так легко определить, что это он его убил. Типа, вырубаешь нахуй траву и ищешь меч. Где бы в этих кустах ебаных не увидел. А я не знал про это.
The berserker who was murdered was called Asgore. Did you know him?
Так что видишь, как лавр вздрачивает.
Yeah, I knew him. I kept out of his way. He kissed Ragnar's ass and treated everyone else like rot boar shit.
Что выкидывает оружие преступления.
Sociable guy, aren't you?
Sociable just means happy to talk shit. I don't talk shit.
When were you last in the forest by Goliath?
I don't know. Not for a year. This is the best area for hunting, and all Goliath cares about is me filling my quota. As long as I send them meat and fur, I can stay out here away from small talk and politics.
Do you always hunt with a bow?
A bow? Traps? You should always try and kill at a distance. Learn that, and you will live longer. I'm here to feed berserkers, not the creatures.
You didn't like Asgore.
I didn't put myself in a position where I needed to. Little shit won't be missed.
Sounds like you had a grudge.
I think most people are assholes. You only asked me about Asgore. What's with all these questions? Is some asshole trying to pin this on me?
I'm questioning anyone I meet out here.
If you want an alibi for me, you'll have to go out there and speak to the raptors.
Is that your only alibi?
I'm a hunter. You want to know where I am? I'm always here in the forest.
Why don't we hunt them together?
I've had one apprentice almost get me killed. I don't need another amateur risking my life. And that's what you'd be doing.
You can trust me.
I don't trust anyone.
What do you have to trade?
Ну, короче, мусор надо продавать. А вот ценности вставлять надо. Значит, мусор надо продавать.
Бля, я, кстати, офигел-то с онлайн трейд продает музыкальное оборудование.
Ну так. Достижение первой.
Ну цены.
Ну, ICT Link смотрел?
Челинг?
Да, в Коломне он тоже есть. Рядом с онлайн-трейдом, только в другом.
Да, это я помню. Цехи. Не, у них нет. Спиннеры есть. Что за фирма у них? Ямаха есть. Ой, пифоны.
Книги дают, дневники дают 20 опыта, записки 10.
О, я пока сейчас буду. Май приехали.
I found the outlaw.
Is he dead?
No, I talked to him.
Talked? What?
He wants you to start...
Trading? What? If I was trading, that would be against the law. I mean, I'd be a dead man.
About the... Why did you...
I wasn't... Trading would be illegal. Elex technology... Anyway, I mean, that stuff was junk. I wasn't doing any harm. And Angram is monitoring the Elex oscillations in the area.
You should keep trading with Bigby.
Well, if it matters that much to you. All right, then. But I won't take a gamble of getting exiled. And I'll tell them you were involved. Okay? You can tell him that I need the same terms as before. No. He'll have to...
I'm looking to make a trade.
You've done well getting here alive.
Are you a sentry here?
Yes. My name is Thorgal. Just stay clear of the World Heart while you're here, then we'll get along fine. There won't be any shit, okay?
Anything happening around here that I should know about?
I don't know. We don't have the manpower to patrol outside the palisade. It's pretty dangerous out there. You'll need to keep an eye open. There are plenty of ambush sites.
What are you doing here?
Take a wild guess. The large plant should give you a clue. We've spent a lot of blood protecting this World Heart. Lives of the present to build a future for us all.
Your post seems undermanned.
Ragnar sent the men we could spare. I sent some of them with one of our cultivators to a farm near the domed city. We thought they would be able to drum up some supplies for us, but instead they've disappeared. It can't be good that they aren't back yet. It's bad enough that the group is missing, but Rock, our cultivator, is gone too. I really need Rock to help me look after the World Heart. He's the expert.
I can look for this missing cultivator.
You would? That would be helpful. But be careful. There has to be a reason why he hasn't returned yet, and you might just walk into it. The farm Rock went to is below the domed city. You should look for him there.
Ascor is dead.
Dead? What the hell happened to him?
He was murdered.
Damn. I knew it. He was just too ambitious.
Can you think of anyone who might have done it?
Me? No. Well, not specifically. He's ambitious. Was ambitious. He always wanted to become a paladin. Last I heard, he was due to be tested by Ragnar along with some other candidates. Passing that test was all he ever wanted.
So, what do you think got him murdered?
I don't know. Ascor was a good man. Well, he was to me. But he could wind people up. Maybe he got the wrong person pissed with him. Maybe someone else was as ambitious as him.
You knew Ascor well?
Yeah, I asked if he could come out here on this assignment. But he stayed back in Goliath so he could take the warrior test.
When did you last see Ascor?
Just over 3 months ago. Not long before I came out here.
How long have you been away from Goliath?
Just over 3 months. Since then, I've been here, trying to survive in the beautiful islands of Abessa. Trying to manage an outpost with too few people and too few supplies.
And you have witnesses to your whereabouts?
Yeah. More if we can find that missing supply team. This camp by the World Heart is where I've been, and this is where I'll stay until the warlords order me back.
You must be good with a sword to have got posted out here.
Not good enough to hit someone in Edan from here, if that's what you mean.
It's obvious you didn't do it.
Yeah, well, I hope you'll find who did.
I think Ragnar must just have wanted you eliminated from suspicion.
He said to question me?
Yes, Duras told me.
Duras? Well, he's a man who stands by his duty. I hope the two of you find the murderer.
I'm working on it.
Look into whoever might have been a rival for Ascor. That's my advice.
Hey you, what's new from the south?
You mean Idan?
No, I'm talking about the real south, the deserts of Tavar.
Why are you interested in Tavar?
I'm sick of the shit here. Berserkers, clerics, fuck them all. It's all laws, commandments, rules, it's bullshit, all of it. Fuck rules, fuck laws, fuck the berserkers. The outlaws in the desert are the only truth. Freedom, profit, no bullshit.
You want to be an outlaw?
Yeah, absolutely. They know how to live freely. I've done nothing but work, follow orders, dig shit, and for what? To have people try and kill me for things I don't even believe in. Fuck them. I want to see the world. Instead, I'm stuck here.
You wouldn't survive the journey to Tavar.
You're right. I don't have the stores I need to get there, or the shards. But I know I could earn what I need. If I could just get the supplies I need to make it there.
The Berserker Ascor has been murdered.
Ascor? How did that happen?
Were you close to Goliath 3 months ago?
No, I was out in the forest gathering supplies before I traveled out to the World Heart. I've not been close to Goliath for a year. Once I had the supplies, I came straight out to Abessa. Wait, you don't think I was involved, do you?
Did you know Ascor?
Yeah, he was an arrogant asshole. He'd have done anything for promotion. It's his sort that make me want to say this. Fuck the Berserkers.
You don't seem happy as a cultivator. Did you ever think of seeking promotion?
Man, I would have to be able to read first. You can't exactly climb the career ladder if you can't read. Ascor could. That guy wanted to do everything to get promoted. He hated anyone else who could read, especially if they weren't born in Goliath.
What weapon do you use?
A sword. I hate it. That's another reason I want to join the Outlaws. I've got myself a gun, but I want some real weapons.
Do you have proof of where you were 3 months ago?
I don't know. I don't keep a diary. Depends on the day and the orders. Sometimes I was digging shit alone. Sometimes finding supplies alone. Sometimes marching around and building stuff where they told me to. Those days I was with people. I just did whatever they said. I didn't want to be exiled to the valley.
I don't think you killed Ascor.
Shit, what? You thought I did that? No way, I wouldn't have risked that, even though he was an asshole.
As you say. Thorgal wants you to return to the World Heart.
I bet he does, but he can go fuck himself. I'm not going back. He can go and round up a few ass-kissing, law-abiding fellows from Goliath to do his dirty work. I don't want anything to do with it, Dan. I'm going to Tavar.
What happened to the escort that was taking you to the World Heart?
Let me give you a clue. A lot of claws, a lot of teeth, a lot of blood. I was only just able to get away from them. Those warriors are now rotting somewhere out there, or deep in the bellies of the beasts that attacked us. Their sacrifice saved my life, but it just goes to show, Goliath orders people to do stupid things and people die because of it. I want my freedom.
About...
Yeah?
Do you want me to tell Thorgal you don't want to work for him anymore?
No. He'll figure that out when I'm long gone. Better for me that they don't know my plans until after I've gone.
Ascor's murder. I don't think Baron did it. Ascor was his friend, and Baron just wants to be left alone. I don't see why he'd murder anyone.
All right. Even though he knew Ascor better than most, yeah, you're right. He doesn't have the energy or the motive. Frankly, I only think Ragnar wanted Baron questioned in case he had seen anything. It looks like he didn't. Let's take him off the list for now.
Thorgal wasn't anywhere near Goliath at the time of the murder, and he has witnesses to prove it.
Yeah, he's also too skilled a fighter to have left Ascor such a bloody mess. So, he's out as a suspect.
Eardor didn't have time to commit a murder. He's tending to the world hard and looking after supplies. Besides, he's just too weak to have killed Ascor in the way you described.
Yes, I agree. I don't think Eardor was capable of this. That's one less suspect for us.
You recently became a warrior, didn't you? You and Ascor are both eligible to be paladins?
Yes, but trust me, I'm happier with my job collecting waifs and strays than becoming a paladin and going out to the front lines. I think I'm making more of a difference doing what I'm doing. Ascor, though, was a driven man. Becoming a paladin was all he wanted.
Garen just wants to hunt. He didn't like Ascor, but I don't think he killed him. Besides, if he had killed Ascor, he'd have used his bow, not a sword.
Yeah, all Garen wants is to hunt. He'd have no motive for this.
It's not conclusive, but I don't think it was him.
I agree. I don't think it was him either. Let's take him off the list.
Rock wasn't anywhere near Goliath when the murder was committed. He didn't like Ascor, but I don't think he could have done it. I'd say he didn't kill Ascor.
I didn't think he would have the opportunity, but Ragnar insisted I look into him. I guess Ragnar was wrong.
You were right. The investigation was a waste of time. It must have been someone outside Edan. All of his suspects are innocent.
It's Ragnar we'll have to convince. He is certain one of them did it. He's not often wrong.
Then who do you think it was?
I don't know.
Then tell Ragnar that.
What about Baron? He didn't have a proper alibi, did he?
There was no one there to say he was at his post, and of all the suspects, he knew Ascor the best.
And it must be him. The others all have alibis. Baron knew Ascor better than the others.
I thought you said Ragnar only included Baron in case he saw something.
Ragnar wants answers. He's insisting the murderer is found. You've questioned everyone, and Baron's the only one without a decent alibi. Do you know where Baron is?
I found him in the forest, but he said he takes time off to go to the lift into the Valley of the Damned.
Then we should go there and see what we find. You want me to come with you?
Why would Baron talk about that place if he had something to hide?
Since when have criminals been clever? And Baron's not that smart. Maybe he just let something slip.
What do you think we'll find there?
Who knows? But we don't have any evidence so far, so it feels like we should check this clue out. At least so we can tell Ragnar that we did.
You're serious? You really think Baron did it?
What other leads do we have? Look, let's just check this out and then we'll know for sure.
All right. I'll search the area near the lift that Baron talked about. What is it I'm looking for?
We won't know until we find it. Have a look around, bring me anything you find. Just don't interfere with it.
What do you mean, interfere?
Bring anything you find to me without disturbing it. Whatever you find, we should take it to Ragnar.
Then you know what it is.
No, I'm warning you. Do what I say.
Right.
Just trust me. Your life might depend on it.
There
you have it.
You think you can keep up with me? I mean, I use a jetpack sometimes.
I know. I have one that I haven't taken to the pit yet.
Can you use it, though?
Yeah, sometimes rules can be bent. I'll deal with any trouble.
Then let's... There's an abandoned camp in some ruins to the west of Goliath. You can meet me there.
You lead, I'll follow. The Berserkers have held the Alps back with bravery and...
Follow.
Sure.
What are you doing with that technology? Take it to the pit. Hey, you.
What do you want?
I'm looking for a guy who was supposedly seen in the area recently. His name is Ray. Whiny little shitbag. Reckons he's an outlaw. Do you know him?
Tell me about him.
No.
It could be that we are looking for the...
You are, you say?
Ray?
Lucky you. Let me know if you...
Remarkable country.
I found something hidden in Baron's hiding place.
What'd you find?
Here. Do you think this could belong to Baron?
No, that was Ascor's. And now we find it at a place Baron confesses coming to regularly? Huh, I'd say we have some evidence.
I solved your case for you, Duras.
You got to the truth. For that, I thank you. I'll take things from here.
Is that everything you have to say?
The destruction of a seedling is a matter for a warlord. Your involvement is over.
Uh-huh. So what happens now?
I take this to Ragnar. He'll deal with it from here.
You want to know what I think about the murder?
Very well. What do you think?
Well, I don't think any of the people on the list did it. There's just not the proof. There's only one person associated with Ascor we've not investigated. You.
Me?
You were a rival to Ascor. You carry a sword. Then you find out Baron goes to where the seedling was found, and suddenly think he's a prime suspect.
You can't think I did it.
I do. It's simple. You murdered Ascor.
What are you talking about? You can't seriously think it was me.
Tell me your alibi.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You spend your time outside, Goliad. And you spend all your time trying to persuade me not to investigate this. Then tell me. Tell me, or you'll have to tell Ragnar.
Ragnar will see me dead. I'm an outsider, and Ascor was born a berserker. He was known, and he was one of Ragnar's favorites.
So you did kill him?
Kill him? Yes. Murder him? No. I found Ascor by the lift one day. He'd managed to kill the seedling he'd been given. He knew that would stop him becoming a paladin. He attacked me.
So why hide that? And why frame Baron?
Baron's been blackmailing me. He found me with Ascor's body. He knows I'm an outsider. Who would they believe? Who do you believe? I gave you a chance. Won't you do that for me?
You're a murderer. I will make sure you face justice, you bastard.
Really? The word of one outsider against another? You think they'll believe you? I didn't want him dead, but he flipped on me. I don't think it helped that it was me. He couldn't stand the idea that he'd be facing exile while I continued on as a warrior.
What is in the casket?
Property that belongs to the Berserkers. You now know who the murderer is. That's what you needed to discover.
Ragnar wants answers. This won't be over until he's happy he has them. Time for you to step aside and let me finish this.
What do you mean?
I solved the murder. I will get the reward.
Wait a moment.
I could tell Ragnar that murderer wasn't a berserker.
You could also tell him it was me.
You'll have to take that risk.
You don't believe I can let you go to Ragnar after that?
Then draw your weapon or trust me.
Then do it. But quickly. The sooner we have it behind us, the better.
You ordered the warrior Duras to investigate Ascor's murder?
Yes. Ascor was a trusted and well-liked member of our people. so it was only right that his murder should be investigated by Duras. Justice will be done. Ascor's murderer must face the punishment they deserve.
I have some information about Ascor's murder.
Anything you know would be helpful. What have you learned?
Duras is the murderer. He killed Ascor.
What? Ragnar, you can't take the word of this incomer. This is nonsense.
Stand calm there, Duras. Can you prove this accusation?
Duras discovered that Ascor had killed the seedling that Ascor had in his care. Ascor decided that truth had to be kept secret. He attacked Duras. Duras killed him in self-defense.
And you expect me to believe this? That Duras killed him in self-defense but kept that from me? Even when he was appointed to investigate the murder? No, I cannot believe that. An innocent man would have spoken out. His silence tells me the truth, and justice must be done. Duras will be brought to answer these accusations. You did well to bring this information to me. Here, take... You must have sensed it. If we are going to survive and prosper, I need information. Any information would be useful. So, be it the outlaws, a trip to the Dome City in Abessa, or word from the clerics in Ignodon, I need information. Bring me a report from at least 2 cities.
Why don't you send one of your people?
Sending a berserker might get the other factions worried. Or they simply might not talk to one of us. Or worse, talk, but lie. You, on the other hand, might get some proper answers. Now, I can give this job to someone else if you would prefer. But then you would be passing up the chance to prove yourself. The journey will have dangers, but if you stick to the path, you should reach the other cities alive. So, what will it be? Will you prove yourself? Impress me, and you will earn not just Elexit, but favor, promotion, honor. We don't trust the secrets of our magic to just anyone. If you want such rewards, you need to earn them.
I should have killed you in the...
You missed your chance.
Is that what you think? I'll take care of